not too long ago, it used to be drugs, alcohol, breaking the law, going out with your friends and the people that you knew late at night, getting into trouble, you know, living a life of uh, debauchery and sin and, just kind of living for yourself. That used to be the outcast. That used to be the rebel. That used to be, I guess, the person that, you would consider the bad boy, you know? And somehow, in recent times, it has completely changed. And now, if you are a traditional person, if you have traditional values, if you believe in God, if you have a faith, if you believe in more conservative type values, like you believe in monogamy, you believe in getting married, you believe in having children, you believe in the greater cause, you believe in building a family legacy, you believe in just being a respectful citizen of society. If you are someone like that now today, especially if you're younger, you are now the new outcast. And for like years, I've been trying to figure this out because, I'm 33 years old. I got married at a really young age. I was, 24 years old when I got married, or 23. And, I dated one girl. I fell in love with one girl. And I've only ever been with one woman, my wife, and it was sort of a small town situation, and we knew each other as younger kids, I guess, and I ended up finding, I guess, young love, and it all worked out. And now we've had kids back to back over the years, and now we're expecting our sixth child here next month, and we're Catholic, and we believe in being married, truly being married until the very end. We don't believe in a divorce. We believe in instilling traditional values in our children, like instilling things like hard work, sacrifice, like true love, trying to instill them with good personal manners, trying to get them to understand that it's not all about oneself, the individual, but rather about the greater good, the family, the community, and the society at large, and about giving back and being a good steward of your time and respecting God's creation and all of those things. And being married young, believing in these things, raising children, not believing in things like contraceptives and not believing in like the what are those people called, the dual income, no kids, the dinks. We don't like, so weird to me, so odd. But anyway, like doing all of that, we homeschool our children, and we're very skeptical of the system, in the sense that we years and years and years ago, before we even got married, we both grew up in families that were very aware of the corruption, within government, within things like healthcare, within society, within media, within like these big corporations. So we're wary of it, and we're aware of it, and we have been for years. And so we reject the status quo, and we believe in keeping God at the center of our lives and building our family around God. And we believe we do want a better community, we do want a better society, and we believe in service and giving back in some way. And I have never felt more outcasted from the world. I have never felt so different ever in my life than I have felt now. I have never felt so, I guess, weird. Like, are those weird things? Is getting married young like that taboo? Is having children young and having a lot of them like that rare now? Like, is having a strong faith, pursuing your faith, and like trying to build a relationship with God and trying to get to heaven and pursuing grace, like, is all of that really that rare now? Because that's how it feels. And it's hard when you feel as though society is like rebuking your lifestyle. You get these looks, like my wife, I work from home for the most part, but I also travel a little bit. But the wife doesn't work. She stays home with the kids, and she homeschools, and she takes care of the home. She does the most important job, the most important things. And there are times where she needs to go do something. So she'll pack all the kids up and go run her errands and go to the store and go do different things to, keep the operation afloat, And she will always comes back with some sort of story about her experience, whether that's the things that people said to her, the looks that she got, because she's very obviously pregnant, again, expecting her sixth kid next month. And here she is with, 5 other little kids, where the oldest is 8 and the youngest, is a year and a half. And people look at her like she is nuts. They look at her and they shoot her these looks like, oh, you got, and it is crazy that people have the audacity to say things like, well, you have your hands full, and have you ever thought about maybe just watching TV at night with your husband instead of like, or some other activity? It's like they'll make these kinds of jokes, or they'll stop her and say, hey, are these all your kids? And she'll, acknowledge and say that they are. And these people like can't believe it. They're like shocked. They're shocked that a single woman would choose to have that many children. And it has gotten to the point now where it used to make me laugh, and I used to find it kind of interesting, but now it's gotten to the point where it does anger me. Because what that tells me, and what that is a sign of, is that we are uncommon. We're not like everybody else. We are different, and in many ways, because of the looks and the way people treat us, and because of our lifestyle, we feel, and I guess have been kind of boxed into this category of being outcasts. So I share this because I know that we're not the only ones. We know other good families, here, even in the area that we live in. Not many, but we do know of families who are, big Catholic families or Christian families, and they're also living a similar lifestyle, and they also share similar struggles, and they tell us these stories too. And it's kind of like, okay, so you also get those looks, and you also get those comments, and you also deal with the same struggles of these same feelings of like being shunned from the world because you decided to just live a more traditional life and have these kinds of values and have a bigger family, and they acknowledge. And so if we have some here in the little area that we're in, then I know there's more people out there, and that's what I hope. That's what I hope to gain in this video, I hope this video reaches those bigger Catholic families out there. I hope it reaches the greater family-focused conservative people who are trying to do right, who are trying to live just that different lifestyle, who recognize really recognize the error of man in government, in our medical system, in our school systems, and just reject the people who it's like this internal rejection of like going with the flow. We are not going with the flow. And I hope that this video reaches people who also do not want to go with the flow, who are actually okay with being different, who just accept being an outcast.